So if you're an online fitness coach or coach in any niche and you're struggling to get your first paying clients, this is a step-by-step process that is literally going to teach you how to find your leads, position yourself in the market, and cook, right? So listen, if there's anything that you pay attention to today, let it be this video. Full screen this bitch. You know what I mean? Close out all your tabs. If you're going to give anything your attention today, give this all your attention. And if you're not ready to do so, might as well click off now because I don't want your view, right? So listen, if you are an online coach and you are struggling to get your leads, if you're struggling to get your first paying clients, this is a step-by-step process. And it goes in 3 steps, right? So we're going to start with step number 1, which is positioning and authority, right? So quick rundown of what this is, what you're looking in the background. So this is pretty much a money printer right here. This is a system that I built out that not only works for me, but works for my whole circle. And it's printed hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it is proven. Why? Because the system works. And at the end of the video, you're going to understand that. And at the end of the video, you are going to be able to implement it into your own coaching business. Doesn't that sound good? So like I said, y'all, lock the fuck in. Starts with positioning and authority. You need to position yourself in the market. And you need to be an authority, right? What does this even mean? Who are you, bro? What do you do? People need to know that, and people need to understand. And this is where your content comes into play. This is where your page comes into play. You know what I mean? Your bio, your story sequences, your post, everything is positioning and authority. And you're going to understand that at the end of the video. It's one big loop, right? It all comes back to positioning and authority in the market. You need to position yourself in your niche with authority so people know this guy knows his shit and this guy knows how to get results, right? So where do we start? Before anyone buys from you, they need to understand who you are and they need to trust you. And trust comes from this first step. Number 1 is picking a clear niche, right? For example, I help busy dads lose their gut without dropping beer. You know what I mean? You can't be a generalist. You need to be a specialist, right? So therefore, you can go in and target these leads like a fucking sniper and close, and that's how you're going to get in a little penthouse, right? So with that being said, you need to be a specialist. You need to find your niche. You need to be clear about it. This is where your bio comes into play. Your bio is very important because it needs to scream authority, right? You need to know what you're talking about. When you make your content, you need to speak with conviction. And these people need to sense your energy through the screen. If you're over here making content like a dead fucking human, you know what I mean? You might not know what I mean, but energy speaks, right? You need to talk like you know exactly what you're talking about. You need to believe it with everything inside of you, right? Because you are here to get people results. That's how you're going to make the bag. So step 1 is positioning authority in your niche, in the market. And this goes on to step 2, which is inbound leads. Now, what even is an inbound lead? Well, inbound leads is when the people message you first. Inbound leads is where you turn your content into clients. This is the only thing a lot of you guys are doing right now to get your clients, and you're wondering, oh, why can't I close them? Why have I not gotten my first client yet? I've been trying for a month. Like, bro, it's all down to the nurturing sequence, bro. You need to understand how to nurture these clients. You need to understand how to talk to them. And you need to be charismatic, especially in the voice messages. This is why a lot of you TikTok influencers, I say funnel them over from your TikTok to your Instagram. Because Instagram, you see the people's faces. You know what I mean? It's different. It's different. You get voice messages as well. That adds energy. That adds charisma. That's going to get these people to understand you. Also, a lot of you guys are over here trying to close these clients within the first days, within a couple fucking little messages, text, hey bro, you're trying to get okay, buy my low course. Like, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna make any money. You're not. That's not the way. So look, nurturing these clients is going to be literally your best friend, and it's going to take up most of the time of your day, and that's what you should do all the time. One thing that my mentor told me is when you're talking to these clients, you want to text them like you're drunk texting your ex at 3 a.m. with one hand, right? Bro, become friends with these people. You don't want to work with people that you don't like, right? And you understand you are an authority, so these people should want to work with you. You feel me? You should be making as much friends as possible and then make money with those friends and help transform those friends. That should be the way, and that is the money move. You need to build a little ecosystem. You need to nurture them up. You need to hop on calls, give all the free sauce. You know what I mean? Realistically speaking, you're not going to close a client within the first day. You're going to have to build a relationship with them. People buy into people. They don't buy into fucking, they're not going to buy straight for your knowledge. They're going to buy into you because of who you are, right? And this is why you need to be authentic, and this is why you need to be genuine, especially if you're going to be a fitness coach, bro. If you're on this bullshit, it's not going to work. So with that being said, inbound leads, right? Inbound leads is where you turn content into clients, right? So let me pull my laser pointer. Content, right? This is where the long form comes in. Long form content is going to be your best friend when it comes to nurturing these leads up, right? Because what you do is you bring them in from your short form content, you nurture them up in the DMs, and then you'll send them over you'll send them over a sales asset, which would be something like a long form video. Now, one thing you need to understand is clients close after roughly 7 hours of your content. And this long form content is not only going to build trust, but it's going to build authenticity and credibility, right? So once they feel like they can trust you and they know you're authentic and they know you're credible and they know that you know what you're just talking about, they're going to be 1,000 times more inclined to close. So long form content, if you're not making long form content, bro, fucking, you know what I mean? It's not the way. What you want to be doing is you want to be making these YouTube videos filled with sauce. You know what I mean? You want to show your person, you want to show your character, and you want to show these people, bro, I'm a real person and I'm really going to get your results. So that's what the long form does, right? And it all leads to positioning and authority. You're positioning yourself in that place to have the authority to be able to close, correct? So listen, with that being said, we're going to go on to the third step. And this is the most important step. This is what's going to make you the most money. This is what made me the most money. This is what made my boy the most money. This is where everything falls into place, and this is where the grind comes in. So be ready. Outbound leads, right? This is where you go and outreach. Now, the perfect thing about outbound leads, right, versus inbound is, bro, you can do as much as you want, bro. And listen, it all comes down to volume. What you need to understand is volume negates luck, right? If you're printing out 100 leads daily and you're cold outreaching 50 daily, you're telling me at the end of the month you can't close 5 clients for high ticket 2K and make 10K a month within 31 days? Bro, if you're getting 100 leads a day, if you are cold outreaching 50 DMs a day, right? Nurturing these clients up, bro. If you know how to speak, you're telling me within 31 days you can't sign 5 clients for 2K? Bro, it is easier than you think, right? You need to break these limiting beliefs, bro, because what you need to understand is possible. And there's a bunch of people doing it. And there's a bunch of people in the world that need sauce. And you have the sauce to provide. So once you understand that is when you're really going to start to grow and you're going to start to scale your business and you're actually going to start making money. Like, are you not tired of not being in a Lambo, bro? Are you not tired of this not being the whip? This not being the crib? You know what I mean? Like, you can have this shit and it's so possible. There are about 8 billion people in the world, bro. You're telling me that you can't find 5 a month that you can transform? You know what I mean? You're giving these people value, right? And these people will pay for the value. I've seen it with my eyes. So look, if you print 100 leads daily, 50 cold outreach DMs on the daily, you're down to sign by the end of the month 5 ticket clients, bro, easy 10K months just like that. Realistically speaking, your first month, you should sign 3 clients using this framework, easy. Second month, you're not only going to get better at nurturing clients, but you're going to get better at outreaching. You're going to see what works for your niche, and you're going to learn how to actually hunt and snipe these clients, right? We're not no machine guns, bro. We're not We're not over here hitting up random people, bro. We're fucking snipers, right? So this comes into like these small content creators. These now we're gonna run over some methods on how you can find your ICP, your ideal customer profile. So once you find your ICP, right, which we talked about in the beginning of the video, who you're even targeting, right? For example, dads, right? Dads with no time. Or whatever it may be. Like I said, make sure you're a specialist and you know who you're targeting so you know exactly what to do when you're hunting. One step you can take, especially for these fitness influencers, is small content creators, right? Now, I want to say again, I'm pretty sure I said at the beginning of the video, this framework works for online coaching. Doesn't matter what niche you're in. You can be an accountability coach. You can be an online boxing coach. You can be an online cooking coach. I don't give a fuck. If you're over here providing value to people, this is how you're going to find the people to provide value to, right? So look, small content creators, you can go ahead and make a alternative TikTok account mainly just for finding small content creators that are fat, right? Or skinny, or dead energy. You know what I mean? When somebody speaks on the fucking camera, you're going to be able to tell, is this person a high vibrational person or is this person vibrating on a low frequency? And you can tell, does this person need my help or does this person not? You know what I mean? And then you can go in there and hit these pain points, especially when you hop on these calls with these people. You have to hit these pain points, bro. That's so important. You need to help these people understand, bro, are you not tired of being fat? Are you not tired of living this life? Like, imagine being flexible. Imagine being able to go run around and you know what I mean? Actually be able to make this content that you want to make, actually be able to talk to these people with conviction and talk to these people like you mean what you're saying, bro. Not only are you going to have a better body, but you're going to feel amazing. You're going to be 10 times clearer, and because you're going to become a better person in every single way. Boom. You're telling me you hit up you telling me you print 100 leads 80, send 50 out a day, hop on fucking minimum 5 calls a week, that you can't transform lives and get paid to do it? You're fucking stupid if you think you're not, if you can't. You know what I mean? So listen, get rid of these limiting beliefs, bro, because it's so possible. I mean, look where we are. Look at the fucking crib. I'm 19, bro. So get those limiting beliefs out the way, for real. Now if you stuck to this is where it gets juicy, right? So look, followings, right? You want to find other people in your niche, right? So for example, if you're a fitness creator, you want to go through other fitness creators' followings, right? You need to steal like an artist, right? Let me go ahead and add that here because it's the most important part, right? Steal like an artist, right? It's so important because, bro, not only are you able to steal content ideas, but you're able to steal short form, long form. You're able to steal fucking pitches, anything, bro. What you need to do is you need to study these creators that are actually making money. You need to do exactly what they do, and you're going to make money. Like I said, there's enough money to go around. So you need to learn how to steal like an artist. And this goes into the point that I was talking about, followings, bro. Go through these people's followings, bro. Find the qualified leads, bro. All right, listen. Comment section. Now, comment sections is going to be your best friend, right? Because you go through the content of the people that are like you. You go through the comments. You're going to already find people that are interested. You know what I mean? Go through this out. Go through these the whole day, bro, and you put them into a sheet. For example, Airtable. That's exactly what I use. And at the end of the month, you have an AI review all the data that you put in and tell you exactly what works, exactly what doesn't, so that the next month you know exactly what to fucking target and you make 10 times more money. Now I can't go too deep into that on the YouTube, but you know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. So For You page, etc. So look, yeah, like I said, you can make an alternate TikTok account, go through and just find the small creators that look fat, that look dead, that look like you can help. You know what I mean? And just stack up the leads and outreach to them. You know what I mean? Volume negates luck, bro. You over here outreaching like crazy. You're bound to make money, bro. Not only does it negate luck, but it creates momentum, bro. Get in the habit of doing this every single day. I promise you'll be in a Lambo by the end of the year. Real shit. I don't know by then. I mean, I promise you'll be in a fucking Lambo, and that's facts. There's no, it's inevitable. especially if you follow the framework. So look, if you're ambitious, ambition is key, bro. You need to, you know what I mean? You need to be obsessed. If you're not going to get anywhere, bro, because you need to understand you have competition. You need to be better than your competition or you're going to fucking fail. So let's go over here really quick and talk about this little concept to finish it off. So by the end of the month, close five high ticket clients for 2K, easy 10K months, right? You understand that. Now you understand that 10K months are light. Also 10K months, bro, new 10K is 35K. Get that the fuck out of your head. It's not a lot of money. Waste it like that, bro. Spends quick. So this is how you scale. You raise your prices as clients stack, right? It's going to get to a point where you have a lot of these one-on-one clients. It's going to be very hard for you to, keep track of your time, keep track of your clients, and you're going to start making money, bro. You know what I mean? So as that happens, right, you're going to start getting testimonials and you're going to also start getting client experience. So what does this mean? Bro, you're going to have more position. You're going to have more authority, right? Main step, all comes back to positioning authority. Like I said, it's one big loop at the beginning of the video. So as you get these testimonials, as you get this client experience, and you know how to transform these clients, and you know how to talk to them, and you know exactly what to do on the daily, and you know how to snipe these clients in order to print, you're going to start raising your prices, and this is how you're going to scale from 10K to 35, 50K plus month, right? And it's going to come with time and consistency, right? Consistency. But you already knew that, bro. Consistency is key. Now, I just want to say, if you're confused in your journey, in your online fitness coach journey, in your coaching journey, like I said, I don't care what niche you're in. If you're confused, bro, that's good, because that just means you need to keep going and it will clear itself out. It will really clear itself out, right? So if you haven't signed your first client yet, dude, you have a lot to learn, right? Because not only do you need to figure out how to implement this system towards your niche, which I did a pretty good job at explaining it, and I hope you understand. And if you guys need help for real, if you guys need one-on-one help, hit me up on my Instagram, or you know what? I'll leave a little whitelist link down below. Have a couple spots open, but I'll run through you guys' applications. I'll see who works, who doesn't, and I'll hit you guys up. Make sure you put your Instagram in the little box, right? Like I said, if you qualify, I'll hit you up. Or if anything, just hit me up with any questions on my Instagram, bro. I'm always free to answer. I'm always trying to help you guys, right? My goal is to make as many millionaires as possible. And I've said this multiple times, right? I want to help you guys make money. I want to give you guys the knowledge that you don't know. Because I know that if I didn't have the knowledge that I didn't know, I wouldn't be living the life that I live today. And I wouldn't be the person that I live today. And it's literally all due to the knowledge that I didn't know. Right? So when I learned this, I started to print, and you can too. So with that being said, y'all, I really appreciate you guys genuinely, and I hope this system gave you some sort of clarity towards what you're doing, how to do it, etc. And if I have to say one thing, bro, don't do it for the bread. You know what I mean? Help these people. Give these people real results. You know what I mean? You're a coach. You're in this space to help people, and you're going to make money doing it. You're going to make a lot of money doing it, right? Don't chase the bread, chase the knowledge, chase the wisdom, chase the discipline, right? And chase the person that you want to be, and everything else will fall into play. Real shit. So like I said, y'all, go ahead and follow the Instagram down below, right? Like, subscribe, comment, please, if you guys got any knowledge from this, if you guys feel like the system made sense. If you guys feel like I could have done a better job of explaining it, also let me know. All feedback is appreciated. With that being said, y'all, I really hope this helped you guys out. And if it did, you know what to do. Next time, bro.